Good morning, students of class 4. I think all of you are doing well. So in our previous class, we have discussed about some of the portions of the chapter rotation, revolution, globe and maps. We have discussed about rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth and their importance. Today we are going to discuss about globe, maps, atlas, their advantage, disadvantages, differences among these three, and about grids. So let's start, children. First of all, we will know about a globe. So what is a globe? A globe is a small replica of the earth. It shows all the continents, countries and water bodies that exist on our planet and how far or close they are from each other. So a globe is a model of the earth. It gives an accurate picture of the earth's surface, shows the location of places on a smaller scale. What is the advantage of a globe? The advantage of a globe that we can see the real rotation of the earth here. If we rotate the globe, we can see here the rotation of the globe. And some disadvantages are that this is very big and bulky. So we can't carry a globe everywhere. And we can't see a place in a large scale. We can't see a small area in large scale in the globe. Next, what is a map? A map is a flat drawing of the earth. A map is a representation of the earth's surface drawn on a flat surface. So children, have you seen a map of India? Yes. So it is a flat representation on a paper, right? So we can see here a small area in a large scale. We can see the small details here. So maps use symbols and colors to represent features on an area, simplifying the real world. So we will discuss this point later on. For now, please see, children, this picture, map of Canada. You can see here some colors which represents different states. Okay. So what is the advantage of a map? Advantage of a map is we can see a small area in a larger scale here, right? And what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is we can't see the rotation of the earth here because it is not a replica of the earth. And what is the advantage? Another advantage that we can carry a map everywhere because it is not large and bulky. Okay. Next, there are different types of maps. Political map, physical maps, road maps and weather maps. Maps that show continents, countries, cities and towns are called political maps. Okay. And what is physical map? Physical maps shows mountains, rivers, plains, etc. Okay. And road maps shows the direction of the road and weather map shows the definite weather condition of a place in a definite time. Okay. So there are some features of a map. We can see the sign N which indicates direction on a map. Okay. The map also has a scale which is used to measure the distance between places. A map has many colors. So that point in a previous slide I am discussing here. All the colors stands for something. They are symbols or representations of either landforms or water bodies. So, there is usually a key or clue given on maps to help understand what a color represents. We can see on a map a key or clue is given there which helps us to understand what a color represents. Like blue represents water, means water bodies, like this way. Okay. Next, what is an atlas? A book of maps is called an atlas. We can see different continents, countries, cities mapped here in an atlas. Next, so what are the differences among maps, globe and atlas? This important differences among these three is very important. Okay. A map is a flat drawing of the earth. A globe is a model of the earth. An atlas is a book of maps. So, in the first point, we are discussing here about the definition of these three. Next, for map, the actual movement or rotation of the earth cannot be shown on a map. Right, children? As I have told you earlier that a map can't show us the actual rotation of the earth. But a globe can show us the actual rotation of the earth. Atlas gives us important geographical information like what currencies are used in different countries, what their flags look like, and their languages spoken and the language spoken. Okay. Next point, all details of a small area can be shown on a map. Right, children? We can see small details, small details here. Okay. Next, globe. A globe shows all the continents, oceans, countries, but not in great details. Right? We can't see here the small areas in great details in a globe. An atlas has maps with great details of large and small areas. In an atlas, we can see different maps with great details. Next, for maps, it is easy to carry, right? Okay. Next, globe, it is difficult to carry because it is large and bulky. And for atlas, it is easy to carry because it is a book of maps. So, we can carry it easily everywhere. Okay. Next, what are the advantages and disadvantages of maps, globe and atlas? We have discussed it earlier. Again, I am discussing once. What is the advantage of maps? We can carry maps everywhere. Number 1. Number 2, it shows small areas in great details. Okay. What is the disadvantage? We can't see here the actual rotation of the earth. Okay. Next, globe. First of all, what is the advantage? We can see here the actual rotation of the globe. Right? Actual rotation of the earth we can see here. If we rotate a globe, we can see the actual rotation of the earth. What is the disadvantage of a globe? We can't carry it everywhere because it is large and bulky. And number 2 disadvantage, we can't see small areas in great detail. Okay. Next, atlas. What is the advantage? We can see small areas in great details because it is a book of maps. Different maps we can see here. Number 2, we can carry it everywhere because it is a book, so it is very easy to carry everywhere. And what is the disadvantage? Same like maps, that we can't see here the actual rotation of the earth. Okay, clear? Okay, next. Next, how do we locate a place on a map? If we see a map or a globe, we can see there are several horizontal and vertical lines drawn. drawn there. The lines intersect each other and form a square called a grid. Means the horizontal and vertical lines intersecting each other, which forms a square, which is known as a grid. The grids are numbered and they help us find a place on a map or a globe. So, with the help of these grids, we can find a place located on a map. So, how do we number a grid? Look at this picture. Here we can see different things located at different places. Okay. We can see also here that horizontal and vertical lines intersecting each other and form many grids. So, how do we number the grids? See, vertically we have numbered like A, B, C, D, E, and horizontally we have given number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, if we see this lighthouse, okay, where the lighthouse is situated, see here, at first we have to see the vertical numbering and then we will give the horizontal numbering, okay. See here B, this is grid B, okay, B, then number 6, right, then B6. It is situated in B6, the lighthouse is situated in B6, okay, B, then 6. Now next, the ship, okay, see the ship. What is the position of the ship? At first we have to give numbering in vertical way like D. This is situated in grid D, and then we will come to the horizontal way 5, then D5, okay, the place of the ship is D5. Now please come to this cafeteria. Where the cafeteria is situated, at first we will come here in the vertical way A, okay, A, see, and then we will come to this horizontal way 2, means A2, right children? So this way we can number a grid. I think you all have understood this one. Okay. Next. So we have completed this chapter. Now what are the new words we have learnt here? Number 1, axis. An imaginary line running in a north to south direction through the earth's center. Okay, clear? Next, season. Parts of a year based on changes in weather. Okay, these two are the new words. Next, what we have learnt here? Rotation and number 1, rotation and revolution are the two movements of the earth, right? Next, the earth rotates from west to east. Rotation causes day and night. So, you have to remember the earth rotates in west to east direction. Next, the earth revolves around the sun. Revolution causes seasons. So, these two are very, very important, that rotation causes day and night and revolution causes change of seasons. Okay. Next, a globe is a model of the earth. Yes, right. So, a globe is a replica of the earth or model of the earth. Next, a map is a representation of a particular area on the earth's surface. Right? It is a flat drawing. Next, an atlas is a book of maps. Right? Yes. So, we have completed our second chapter in our second term, chapter 7. I have provided you 2 worksheets, and next I will provide you the question answers. So, prepare this chapter. Have a good day. Thank you.